bring in Sandra, and then I'll bring in Fernanda to introduce Sonia. So if Sandra, if you're looking, please send me a request and I'll add you her shortly. But anyways, how's everyone doing? Where are you guys at? What's up, Canada? What's up, Patricia? Thank you all for tuning in. Let's see. Let me see if I can invite Sandra. So who's studying right now? I want to know who's studying. Hey, what's up, Miami? Working in Connecticut? Nice. Where the civil's at? What up, Field? Singapore, what's up? Fernanda, ¿cómo estás? All right, I'm also gonna bring in Fernanda just because Sandra's taking a little longer.
Hey, hi
Fernanda,
everyone.
¿cómo estás?
Bien, bien. We're excited. Today I'm gonna be the host, guys. So yeah, I'm Fernanda. I'm a chemical engineer. Where all my chemical engineers at?
They're asking if we're engineers. I'm a mechanical engineer, so
I need the
I got my
chemical
bachelor's.
engineers here. Where's my crew?
Hi, dude. Funny memes. Thanks, man. Macedonia.
Wow.
I know, right?
Let's go with me. Yes.
So let's see if I could bring in Sandra, because Sandra always has technical difficulties. Maybe
Okay.
she's not ready, but that's totally okay. I think
Mechanical all the way. A lot of mechanical engineering students, I see.
I'm an ME, so what up, MEs?
Actually, that was
What up,
always,
Matthew?
I don't, huh?
I would just say what's up to Matthew.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, like I think that mechanical engineers has always like the biggest class, right?
Yeah, no, actually, my school, civils had the biggest class.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
I don't
remember in
remember how many.
graduation.
I don't remember how many there were civil for mine, but yeah, mechanicals there was a lot. And I didn't see it in graduation because I didn't have graduation. Hi, Sandra.
Sandra,
Hi, how are you?
Good,
good. Just
good.
waiting
Good.
for you to get this
Thanks
thing
for
going. You know, I'm pretty sure people are waiting too.
Yes.
Okay, let's get it going.
Yes.
So how we
So,
introduced, how we talked about our guest yet, or were you waiting for me?
yeah, we were waiting for you.
Yay. Okay, cool. Uh, so we have Sonia Camacho, who is a recent graduate from Oregon State, and she just got her internship at Nike. We really love her because she talks about her life as a student because she felt really alone after her sister graduated, and
Yeah.
she noticed that there were a lot of people like her who didn't feel, like represented at school, didn't feel like they have a lot of friends, and college can be hard. I definitely felt alone too. So we're very
Yeah.
excited to talk to her.
I know, I'm super excited. And also because like she studies computer science, but she loves fashion. So in her Instagram, you can see how she combines both, and she has done very cool projects as well. And also she's doing like an accelerator master program. So like next year she'll be graduating. She's already doing her master's, so she's getting it
Wow,
next. Yeah,
really
I know,
cool, really
super
cool.
cool.
And
Yeah.
before we get into it too, I just want to thank you both for, supporting this and making this happen. I know that people are already getting to know you all. So, I just want to say thank you for putting the time and effort. It's becoming a bigger and bigger thing now. So thank you both.
Yes, and no, and I'm
Have,
super excited to be here and be part of this, right,
have we
Sandra?
have we talked about our resident host,
Hmm.
Fernanda?
Oh, well, I introduced myself like, hey, I'm Fernanda.
No, but I think it's cool that we have some people who are at the core of Women's STEM Wednesday, who are making it happen. I mean, we're all busy. I mean, even Fernanda, right? Like she has a big, following, and she's always creating content for her followers. She's also a PhD chemical engineering, which that could be like two full-time jobs on its own. So it's great to have all the help, and I call it resident like host, because you know how like Vegas and Miami have resident
Yeah.
DJs, so we have resident
Yeah.
hosts because we're cool.
Oh, actually, I
Yeah.
didn't know, but that's cool.
Yeah, they do.
I
And
love it.
let's not forget about, Paulina, Joanne,
And Joanne, yeah,
Lillian,
definitely. Yes.
Nee. There's more
Yeah.
people behind it.
Produced
So yeah,
produced
Yeah.
produced by
by
STEMedia.
STEMedia. Yes, of course.
So
Yes.
yeah, you can also watch this live on YouTube. It's being streamed on STEMedia. So if you prefer YouTube, you can watch it there.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
So who's introducing Sonia?
I just
Well,
introduced her.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
Should I
well,
do
so
it
I'll bring her
again?
now. I'll bring her now.
yeah, bring her
All
here.
right, Sonia, here we go. If you're ready, I'm about to send you the request. Just
So just before we
confirm it.
start, also, oh, there she comes. Hi.
Hi.
We're super excited to have you here.
Thank you,
What's
everyone.
up, Sonia?
Thanks to everyone who puts it on and everything. I really appreciate it.
You had
And
a big intro here.
yeah.
Yes.
You have the
So yeah, I
the A
wanted
team.
to mention like the yeah, like who makes it happen first. Lumis Automation, which is Eduardo's company, and it's an engineering company that does industrial automation. I think that, are you gonna add like the
I'll add it right now.
okay, yeah, so like people can find you like the Instagram account. Also, we have STEMedia, which is empowering and elevating your STEM journey using social media and mentors for doing that. And they're the ones who have a YouTube channel, and they're gonna put this live in their YouTube channel if you want to watch it later. And also we have Papaya Tutor, of course, best tutoring website that there is. I've used it, oh my god, for one of my PhD classes, and these people are like super smart and it's super affordable. Seriously, it's super affordable, so I love them. So thank you guys.
Thank you to our sponsors.
Thank you, Fernanda. And I drop your code, Eduardo.
Gotcha.
So since this is a computer science host that we have, I'm not host, but guest. Just want to remind you all, just like Fernanda said, that we have a lot of computer classes. Actually, our tutors kind of became our developers, because I put an engineering challenge, and I was like, who can code this? So yeah, that's how I made it happen.
Nice. I love it. So yeah, let's get started with our meme review. We're gonna start with one meme at the moment. So like, Eduardo, do you wanna show the first meme?
Yeah. Do you guys want to let Sonia introduce herself really
Oh
briefly?
yeah, sorry.
Sonia, tell us about yourself. Tell the
Cool.
world anything that they haven't really heard from you. What do we miss?
Well, Sonia Camacho, just finished up at Oregon State, going back for my master's, started at Nike, hoping to network my way onto the innovation team, which is like where the actual fashion and technology happens. But for right now, I'm going to be working on like a more internal team. Can't talk too much about it, which is annoying, but that is the kind of content that I'll be putting out this summer. And yeah, I'm just a big advocate for women in STEM, especially for underrepresented minorities in STEM. So yeah, we can get into the meme.
Great. Yeah. Whenever you see it, anybody that's watching, if it reminds you of anything, let's put it in the comments. Let's see what it makes you think of. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Here's the first meme.
Okay. I seriously love this one because I'm the type of person that will like Google my error and go to Stack Overflow and like copy and paste their solution. And then after like mine starts working, I'm like, okay, now I got to figure out like, what does this actually do?
Yeah.
All
That
right.
is true. And sometimes like you change a lot of stuff instead of like, sometimes I forget to do just like one change. Because also it's annoying, right, to just change one thing, but then it's like, okay, so what? Yeah, like which one was the wrong one?
Yeah, I also used to do this a lot when I first learned pointers. Like I would put a star or like, you know, an ampersand, and I would like just do random stuff until it worked, and then I would be like, okay, but like what's actually going on here? Like the addresses. Ugh.
Actually, that took me a long to learn pointers because I had missed my first, like last two lessons, and that's how I got to papaya tutor because I was like, oh my God, I'm lost. And just as an engineer student, I thought that I could figure it out, but computer science is completely different. So
Yeah.
yeah, pointers was really hard for me.
All right, so that's the first meme. We're gonna be having more memes throughout the live.
So stay
That's
tuned.
a little bit change of a format there. So
Yeah.
everybody that likes memes, there's more memes coming. So hang on.
Yeah, so and like I think that the most burning question right now is, Sonia, like I know you love fashion, so how did you get into engineering?
Yeah. So in high school, we have to pick out classes like electives, like basically fun classes that you want to take. And so I really wanted to do art and pottery just because that's what my friends were doing. But my mom and sister were like, you should try Introduction to Engineering because my sister had done all the engineering classes too. And at that time in high school, it was like, you know, you're labeled as a nerd or you're labeled as this or that. And so I was like, I do not want to do engineering at all. But somehow I don't remember what it was, but I signed up and I absolutely loved it. And I ended up doing all the engineering courses that were offered. And so when it came time to choose my major, I was like, oh, I've done 2 years of computer science now. So I think I'll just stick with that. So that's kind of how I got into it.
Nice. Yeah, that's so cool that your mom and your sister advise you to do that. Yeah, actually, like my mom also told me like, oh, you should try engineering because you like math, although like she didn't know exactly anything about engineering. Yeah.
So what was your hardest class, Sonia?
Honestly, for me, I did a computer science route that is, so it's called systems, and we have to do 3 classes that have to do with hardware. So one of them was like assembly, and computer architecture was the other one. And those were
I've seen you the whole semester talking about that class.
I was like crying almost like every week because of that class. It was so hard. And especially, I would say it was physics with calculus, but I had a lot of help in person. And I would always go to the tutoring center and everything. But when it came to these like architecture classes, they're so difficult that they hardly have any students, or like they don't have any free tutoring or any tutoring like that at all on campus. So I literally went to, I think like 100 hours of office hours. And I was just trying to get my brain to wrap around some of these concepts because, you know, I'm more interested in software and the programming side. And learning like the actual inside of a computer is a bit harder for me. And so, yeah, that I would say that was the hardest, also just because of the lack of support that my school, you know, could really offer me.
Yeah,
Which,
and that's why we love papaya tutor, right? Because
yeah.
and that's so true. Like sometimes they either don't offer, like schools don't offer good support system like tutors, or also when you go to the TA, for example, like everyone's asking questions, so you can only like ask one question, and like they don't really have time to like see all your work and sit down with you and like kind of like go over your code or stuff like that, right? So when you have like, you really need like a tutor, someone to like actually sit down with you and yeah, review that. So that's why I love papaya tutor. And as you were saying, like as a college student, sometimes you want to find something affordable, right? And like papaya tutor is super affordable.
Yeah, I will say in those office hours, I typed out all my questions first and then sent them in the chat like right away so I could be the first person to get answered.
Oh, that's
So
smart.
everybody's try that.
Oh, nice, nice. Someone's asking what's papaya support. So it's actually, wait, is it my accent? I meant to say papaya tutor. Like
You can see
It's a
the
support
comment.
too.
Yeah, you can see it's pinned in the comments. You can get a discount for free 30 minutes of tutoring.
so
So
it's a website. You go and you get a tutor, and it's super affordable. And you know, like you pay as you go. You can put that, and but right now we're giving you 3 minutes free. So go and use the code there. And they're asking if they do fluid dynamics.
Yes, we do. We do. So like that's the reason why I created Papaya is because I couldn't go to the office hours because I was putting myself through school. So, you know, like office hours, like tutoring office hours was like kind of not like an option for me. And then paying like $40 an hour was also not an option for me because I was making, you know, I was paying my own school housing and everything. And I just figured there should be a way for everybody to have access to help because I don't think education in college is the greatest, you know? And, and that's the reason why I created Papaya is so we can level the playing field and everybody can have the same possibilities for success.
Yeah, so go check it out to find out more. So let's go into our next meme.
Next meme, right? Okay, that's
let's do it.
okay, here we go. Let's see if people can relate to this. All right, let me change this. How do I do this? Here we go.
Oh my God, I don't know if I can see it. If I can.
Okay, so first Sumic.
Oh yeah.
Error.
Wait, what does he say in that there?
He recompiled the same code again. We should stop.
And yeah, explain, Sonia. What does it come to your mind?
I just feel like sometimes when I'm coding, especially when I was in school and everything, like I would get so frustrated and it would be so late at night. I would just like, maybe if I just compile it like 5 different times. And I'm like running off all this caffeine and everything. And I'd be like, yeah, it's just time to call it quits for the day and all that.
Yeah.
But still, like, I know this meme kind of isn't saying this, but I swear I would be the worst. I had to put on automatic save on my files because I would forget to press save and I'd be like, I just changed a bunch of stuff. Why am I getting the same errors? So that also kind of like reminds me of this. I'm the worst at that.
I totally relate. I mean, sometimes you just hit compile for no reason. I'm just compiling, like that's not gonna help. But
yeah,
you know?
like maybe will happen.
Hey, sometimes it does some weird stuff because we work with like PLCs. Okay. So sometimes you're like, it's not worky, but it was worky. PLCs, programmable logic controllers. So we do the whole compiling and sometimes it works or maybe restarting the system works. So yeah, totally relatable.
Yes. Okay, so let's keep going. We want to know more about you, Sonia. What's your why? Like, do you feel like you already found it, or are you still looking for your why?
I feel like I'll always be searching for that, and I feel like a lot of people are too. But in this moment, I feel like for the past 2 years, like my why has been like promoting education and getting underrepresented minorities into STEM, all that. I think I kind of touched on this, but like I grew up with a mother who majored in math, you know, and so she pushed me to step out of my comfort zone. And I knew about math and science. And in high school, I started mentoring at the kind of like more underrepresented middle school in the area. And I just like, it was eye-opening. And then, like I said, when I came to college, again, it's eye-opening to see the different backgrounds and all that. And I just feel like we all need to see somebody doing something great to kind of give us that inspiration and that motivation, because I was so lucky to have that within my own household. Like I had my mom and my sister. My sister does mechanical engineering. So I just felt like, you know, my why in this moment is like to be a big sister to someone else, or like give other people inspiration. And yeah, I think no matter what I do in life, I'll always, you know, consider opening a nonprofit or something, and, you know, just getting more underrepresented minorities into STEM, tech, whatever it is. So that's kind of me right now.
Sounds like she can help with Women's STEM Wednesdays.
Definitely.
The architecture, I can't.
Yeah, I know, I love that. That's why I was kind of excited to, because I read all of, like the pre-interview questions, and I was like, that's beautiful because, like I feel like I didn't notice that until I came here. When I was in Peru, and if I did bad in a class, like you, I had privileged parents because, well, I was in a privileged situation because my parents were, good. So if I did bad in a class, they hire the professor at the school to come teach me at night. That's privilege. It is when I came here to US that I wanted to make it on my own, is when I felt what it's like to be in the, not privileged side. And that's when I was just like, there has to be somehow, some way that we can level the playing field. So I actually read that answer and I was like, oh, that is so nice.
Yeah, and I feel that in this answer, everything you were saying, it's like the four of us were connecting. I believe, because this is like, one of our whys, what we do, what we do. So yeah, that's super nice. Yeah, let's go help minorities.
Joanne, let's talk to the people in the audience real quick here.
Yeah.
Joanne is saying that Sonia should be part of Women's STEM Wednesday.
I would love to be. I offer before, because that computer architecture class had me working from like 8 a.m. to I think 2 a.m. like honestly most of the term. And I know some people are gonna be like, oh, I work way longer than that, but that's a lot for me.
Yeah, no, I mean, no, it is a lot. And because you're doing so many other things, like you're taking other classes, you're working as an influencer, like you're literally doing a lot. So no. Yeah, no, but now that now you can come and like help us.
That would be amazing. Yeah, and everybody watching too, everybody gets a chance to add Sonia, check out her content. There's a little drop down here. Also check out Fernanda and Papaya Tutors, so Sandra. I just want to take a chance for everybody to add you and yeah, start following you. I know that Sonia is close to 10K followers, so let's help her get to 10K. So please just give her a follow.
And my Wednesday, so this would be like the best birthday present ever.
When is your birthday?
Wait, it's your birthday? When's your birthday?
Oh, sorry, it is Wednesday. I mean, in like literally 1 week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's get her to 10K. Yes.
10K people, let's go.
Yeah.
Show some support for everybody here.
So you guys, when I like drop in your like.
Yeah, drop in your page so people can check you guys out too.
Like Fernanda, Sonia, do you want to just write them down real quick? Mine is thin, so it's okay.
Yeah, I'll add it. So I'm adding mine, and then did you add yours?
Yeah,
I'll add yours too. Okay. People are saying happy early birthday. So I love that you were saying that you were mentioning that one of the reasons, like one of your part of your why, it's like to help minorities, and that you do it like through the things that you do in social media, for example. So is that why you started blogging? I know you kind of mentioned before, but like when you started your social media accounts, and like what do you want to accomplish with what you do in social media?
Yeah, so I kind of touched on this, but the whole reason that I started was because my sister, she actually went to the same college as me, but she was a junior when I was a freshman. And so I was lucky to have her for 2 years. And so in my sophomore year, like towards the end of it, when she started, packing up, getting ready to her life after college, and then when she graduated, I was like, wow, this is what people feel like when they come to college with no family or, no extra resources and things like that. Because I would have the question. I would be like, how do I use like a meal card or something? And she would know, and I would be comfortable asking her. And I went through a mentorship program when I first started, but it just still wasn't the same. Like I didn't have my blood sister, you know what I mean? And so I need to start, and I need to kind of like I need to represent a brown girl in college doing an engineering major, because when I went to college, I would YouTube, before I do anything, I swear, I like YouTube like you know, Oregon State University, like computer science vlog, or like before I go to a conference, I'll search that conference followed by vlog, you know, so I want to see what it's like.
Yeah.
And there was literally no one that looked like me, or, you know, knew what I was going through and all that. So I was like, I can do this and just be that big sister to other people. And so far it's been great. And I've been able to actually like pick up different students to mentor on campus, off campus. Now it's kind of stopped because I'm out of school now. But it's been a great way to connect with others. And I get the nicest messages like saying that I've inspired people, or, you know, decided to switch their major. And it just means a lot. And I'm really glad that I started it, I think 2 years ago now. And where I hope to eventually go with this, I'm not sure. Obviously it'd be cool to be a full-time job, but I also love programming, and so far I love working at Nike. So I'm hoping to do something engineering, but also be able to like kind of show it off on social media, and things like that. So we'll see where it goes.
Yes, we can wait to see what you do. And yeah, like I love to see how you're connecting, as I said at the beginning, like fashion and computer science. Because as you were saying, like some girls are like afraid to go to these majors because they're like, oh, but then like, I don't know, maybe, I mean, I like fashion, like maybe I should study something else. But no, like you can actually combine them
Yeah,
and do something
I was
cool.
afraid. I was afraid of like being too girly or too fashionable, because I was like, I'm not gonna be taken serious because
Yeah.
that's not what an engineer looks like. Like I really was like, and it would get in my head. I was like, oh my God, they probably don't think I'm smart because I'm wearing this. And so when I ever see like, you know, like ladies like, I don't know, even Susie, you know, being like so comfortable with who she is. I think we had her like last week, right? Or no, 2 weeks ago. Is an astronaut working for NASA, uh, aerospace engineer working at NASA. I think it encourages me that it's okay to be me, and it's okay to, you know, be smart, and, you know, and it's okay to be like a quote unquote nerd, because, you know, you don't have to fit in a box. You can be whoever the F you want, you know, and that's okay too.
Yes, exactly.
I also
Yeah.
say there's a comment in the chat saying that someone's the only girl in their CS class, and it gets better. And also, like, that's okay. You are changing statistics, being that only girl in the class, and just keep pushing through, but also make friends in your class and things like that. But there's definitely a lot more of us get into the industry and everything, so you're not alone.
Yeah. And I remember that you created a funny reel that it was like when you find like the only other girl in the class, like
Yeah.
we're best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay,
Sonia, do
so
you have any of your shoes that I heard that you made shoes that are like that you created like some like, I don't know, like shoes that you coded or something. I don't know. I heard
Yeah.
people, but I was like, maybe you should show it to us.
I should have brought them, but I don't have them right now. I do have a guide on my page about any of the like LED projects that I've done, and like the tutorials also on my YouTube, but I do have a guide on my Instagram. So if you just click on the guide like section, you'll be able to navigate to all that like really fast. But I
yeah,
have
and she also did a jacket with her name
So
in
you have to follow
LEDs.
her.
Yeah, go follow her to find out this cool stuff. So let's go and watch the sorry.
I was just saying, on another Woman in STEM Wednesday, I'll show it.
Yes.
That sounds good.
So she's coming back.
Yeah. That's great.
So
No,
let's go review
I want to bring something up real
Mhm.
quick, just about authenticity, because I just had a live about that not too long ago, and even we kind of all struggle about the same thing about being authentic, and I think Sonia does a really good job in her platform showing who she is, and really cool reels that she does and all that.
Yeah.
So it's I think it's very powerful when people do that, just being authentic, and you get so many opportunities off of that. So I encourage everybody to be themselves. This is 2021. This is not 1990s. This is a new generation. So be authentic.
And although like influencer or STEMfluencer, like I have no problem posting a story of me crying while doing my architecture homework. Like, I'm right there with all the other students. So we definitely keep it real on my page.
Nice.
Good.
So let's do the third review for the memes. Yes,
Memes. Here we
Again,
go.
we want some memes.
I want memes. I want memes all day, every day.
We know you love memes. I mean, they make our life better. As students, they make our life better.
Here we go.
Oh my God, I love this.
This is just so me, like
these are so funny.
And then the out statements are just like commenting things, like that is just how I do. And everyone says not to do it that way, but that's just how I do it.
You know, I've done some softwares that don't require that, which is pretty cool to not deal with that. It's like an auto comment. I don't know, some manufacturers have their own programming language and they get rid of all that, which is pretty nice. The industry, the real world is a little bit different sometimes, at least from my experiences.
Yeah, but that's like more normal on mechanical than on like computer software.
Yeah, it's a little bit deeper. You guys do a little deeper.
Yeah, you cannot get away with, like, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I've worked in like very like sought after companies where I've seen like some shit, and I was like, oh my God, like I was like, you know, like I thought that, you know, you were the best in the world. But yeah, I've seen it where they would like fix something and break the rest of the code, or in production. So, which means that they're breaking the real thing, you know? So, yeah. So, it's okay, Sonia, you're doing fine. You're killing it.
I do have a question myself, and it has to do more with, you know, your life and just keeping up with computer science. Like, how do you do that and, you know, maintain a platform?
Yeah, sorry if you hear the dog, but
It's okay.
It's like really fun.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I guess the way that like I keep my life organized and like try and stay sane is just figuring out my priorities. So I prioritize school over everything, and then I prioritize my mental health. And then, you know, from there I'll do like social media or like hang out with friends and things like that. And I just try and like time block, like each week I know, or like even each day I'm like, okay, I know I need to do this much schoolwork, but right now I'm like, okay, I know I need to go 8 to 5 for my job, and then any breaks in between that I get, you know, I'm constantly thinking about doing different content, or, you know, if I'm on a break, I'll like look through reels and get inspiration, and I'm like, okay, I think I could put something 10 to 30 minutes. And so I'm always constantly thinking about like how I can maximize my time, but still keep my priorities like in check. So that's how I've been doing it. I have had to sacrifice like social media stuff if I have something I really want to do, but you know, I've done too much schoolwork and I can like tell that I need to like go for a walk or like take an hour or two off my phone, even though I could be content creating in those hours. Like I definitely will prioritize, you know, taking a break, because otherwise I think you'll go crazy just like content creating all day. But that's how I do it.
I mean, I have a startup company too, so I work pretty much from the moment I wake up all the way till I go to sleep, really, and that's like every day. So yeah, trying to think about content and trying to have some fresh content is pretty hard, especially when it comes to more technical means, and I need, you know, more like people that actually have taken like maybe calculus. Like I'm not a student anymore, so for me to come back to like old stuff, it's a little bit harder as well. I'm trying to combine more like the professional side too, like what's it like to be an engineer as an adult, not just a student. So that's where I'm kind of, you know, trying to come up with ideas, and now these lives, you know, now I have to do this every Wednesday. That's commitment. Not every Wednesday. I mean, I take turns. Some people help me. And then also the lives keep changing. Like Instagram is setting up milestones for me to be live, and I don't know, they're helping creators nowadays. So I'm trying to see where this is going to lead. So it's hard. It's a lot to keep up with.
But it is so fun and all that.
It is.
But
is fun.
It's definitely difficult.
Yeah,
it takes longer than people think.
Yeah.
So what do you think about mentors? Like, do you have mentors? Do you think that they help you?
Yeah. So, like, I will be 100% honest right now, like, not even because of our sponsors. The way I got through college was through my sister, mentorship, and tutors. I kid you not, because, like I said, I'm the type of person that takes a long time to understand sometimes, like, the most basic concepts. And so if I wasn't in office hours, I needed a tutor, and I was really fortunate to have a private tutor, you know, throughout calculus and physics with calculus and all that. But that's like honestly how I survived. So from the non-academic standpoint too, mentors were just a great way to connect and kind of like release stress and talk with people. I'm actually part of the LSAMP community, or I guess I'm not anymore because I just graduated, but that's a community for underrepresented minorities in STEM at Oregon State. So I came into it as a mentee. I got a mentor and like a family, so some other students. And then through that program, I was able to become like a lead mentor. And so technically I have like 8 children, which are like other students. It's my favorite. Like, it's just so to see other people grow too. But also with mentees, I feel like they almost help me more than I help them. But yeah, I definitely had mentors after my sister left college. I had some at Oregon State, but also through Instagram, I've been able to pick up some mentors and just good friends, because it's really, really important to talk to people that know what you're going through, because you can talk to someone like all day, and if they don't understand you, then you're kind of aware, and it's just, yeah. So mentors are really important. If you're a student watching this or anything, definitely consider getting a mentor.
Yeah, and I love that you bring up that you can also get a mentor online, which is what STEMedia does. So like if you're a student in STEM, you can go to STEMedia and they will connect you. Like they try to help STEM students that way through a mentorship. And yeah, like I love being a mentor, and I also love having mentors. So I totally support that, because honestly, like it's better to hear, you know, some advice from people that already went through that. And you know, sometimes people that look like you, as you were saying before, Sonia, that you want to be that person, like, oh, you're the only brown girl in your CS class, right? In your computer science class. So like if you have a mentor who looks like you, who's Mexican too, it's like, okay, she did it, I can do it, you know. And how did you do it? So yeah.
And I see that we've been getting like a lot of questions in the chat about like jobs and stuff, and like mentors are a great way to find jobs,
Yeah,
because they're already so connected. Like, and you can even have like recruiters be your mentors and stuff like that. Like if you network, you can really get a job kind of anywhere, because it's all about like who you know. So yeah.
And always be
and
nice.
yes. So now that you talked about jobs, I'm super excited to ask you this question. But yeah, tell us about your internship with Nike. I mean, Nike's like such a big company, and I'm super proud of you that you got an internship with them. Yeah. So tell us about, like, did you ever wanted to work with them? Did you get all their offers? How did you get it?
Yeah. So I'm Oregon born and raised. So Nike has always just seemed like such, not like a small company, but it was just like, oh yeah, that's Nike, because it's like made here and everything.
Yes, that's true. That's true. It's in Oregon.
And
Yeah.
so I'm like, oh, the Nike campus, like, yeah, we drive by that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I like, okay, I can do fashion and tech together, I started applying at places like Macy's, Kohl's, Nike, Nordstrom, like big that. And I worked really, really hard, because I actually got rejected from Nordstrom and Nike 2 years ago now. And got rejected from both, and they were like my dream companies. And I worked really hard. I did a ton of leak code. I made a lot of friends on social media, like Facebook groups and stuff, because I did it through like the Grace Hopper conference, which conferences are a great way to get a job too.
Yeah.
So I made a ton of connections online, did my research, practiced like every day. And then I got job offers from both of them. And I went with,
my God.
I went with Nike because it's close to home, and just like looking at what they both me, they both were great, but I've decided to go with Nike. And so far I've really loved it, and I plan on sharing more about it. I don't know how much I can share though. Like a lot of it has to like be confidential and all that. But so far it's a great company to work for. And yeah, I kind of have like a timeline. One of my most recent posts is like a timeline of like the interview process and everything. And I have lots of YouTube videos about all of this too, if you're curious.
Yeah, definitely. Because I think that, I mean, I know that I'm an engineer, but like I know that for computer science, it's like the interview process, it's different, right? Because you guys have to actually code and do challenges and stuff like that, right? So wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I actually met with the like computer science interns today, and there's only like 30 of us out of like the 300 interns. So there's like so many different opportunities and programs that go on at Nike.
So Sonia, I have a question. Because something just came to my mind, like, and I want to make sure I get it, or maybe I'm not sure if I'm getting ahead of myself. And it has to do more with like your vision, right? Because you talk about wanting to combine tech and fashion. Like, what do you envision? Like, I guess what do you see when you know what do you want to do? I guess what's your vision in terms of like the fashion and the tech combination?
Yeah. So there's actually a team at Nike called the innovation team, and that's where they work on like self-lacing shoes and things like that. Like technology is integrated into the clothing. And so talked with some people at Google who did the Levi's Google jacket. So they have like an Apple Watch like built into the jacket for commuters. So when it buzzes and tells them where to go, or well, it doesn't tell them where to go, but it lets them know like their turn's coming up. And so things like that really interests me. And so like I said, I've done like programmable LEDs in a jacket and on high heels before, but my hope and my vision is kind of to dive deeper into that and get more into like some actual hardcore technology and programming and all that, to see it all come together.
Have you seen DJ Khaled? He has a LV bag, like Louis Vuitton bag, and he controls the colors with his app, like with
oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we should post it after. I'll post it on Papaya and tag you both in honor to you, Sonia, because I love fashion too.
Yeah.
So I think that with Nike behind you, in product innovation, or even if you're interested in that, I think that would be cool, you know, because I think that those type of companies want to hire somebody who loves fashion too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll send it to you. But DJ Khaled, it's like has a duffel bag, Louis Vuitton bag, and he's changing the LED colors like all over the bag. Yeah,
That's
it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's cool.
That's very interesting to me.
Before we actually, there was one question that was good that you know, we want to do this to help people. So Guy made it as, how do you use Facebook groups to assist with career development?
Yeah, so on the time where conferences happen, so I went to the Grace Hopper conference, but this happens like with any conference. You search that conference name and then like community group, or sometimes they will even like set it up and tell you about it. But once you get a part of groups, you know, you can ask like at a conference, you can be like, hey, has anybody done the Nike interview yet? Do you have any tips? Or does anybody know how to schedule a one-on-one with a recruiter? Or does anybody, you know, you just like exchange ideas and contact information. And also those groups, you can get added to like Discord servers that have like tons of job opportunities. So it's basically a way to network virtually. And this year, that was something that we're all used to. But I've been doing this like virtual networking even before everything went down. So yeah, I think it's a great way to just expand your network. And really, you're going to find so many opportunities just by introducing yourself or sending a quick message. So yeah.
I love
Great.
that.
Great question. That was a good question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you to the audience. Thank you everybody that's watching. You know, I just wanna, I know we have like 15 minutes left, and again, just let's help Sonia get to 10K followers.
Yes, let's follow
I know everybody.
Sonia for her birthday
uh,
gift.
yeah, just show
Yes.
some support to the ladies here.
Okay,
Okay.
so let's do the last meme.
Oh, memes. Oh,
Yeah, last meme before we
okay.
give the last question.
And while
Okay.
Eduardo's showing the meme, Sonia, Fernanda, you guys want to drop your IG handles, or maybe just
I will
let me
add
see.
it.
Yeah.
In the meantime, you guys.
Okay. So
I added that one.
out. But I absolutely love this because I actually just had a final project for architecture that was to code in C. And we were going through like the requirements and everything, my friends and I, and we were like, if we could do this in Python, it would be so much easier. And actually it was like a master's course, so not all master's students, you know, they come from full-time and their backgrounds are totally different. So my one girlfriend, she, you know, had been in the workforce for a while, and so she was like, honestly, I don't remember how to code in C like at all. I work with like Java, Python, and some other languages, and so she had to do like a whole crash course, and she was just like, I felt so bad. She spent a lot of hours like learning all of that. So yeah.
So
No,
can you
yeah,
even say? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Fernanda.
no, that I mean, yeah, I had a similar experience. Like I learned C++ in school, and I mean we use MATLAB for engineers. But then I started learning Python, and I'm like, oh, this is actually like pretty nice. And then I started doing research, and my lab they use C, and I'm like, oh no, I have to like go back and review everything. Yeah, and you know what's funny? Like it's also like I was taking different classes. I don't know if this happened to you, Sonia, but like sometimes some professors like you have to use different languages. I mean, I'm pretty sure that happened to you because you are exactly computer science. But I was like, you know, I was confusing how to print statement, like in I mean, how to print something, or like you know, just the syntax is different. I'm like, wait, that was what was that like?
Yeah, definitely all the time.
I was gonna ask you. So can you even tell like what language you're using right now, or you cannot even disclose that?
Well, I haven't even started programming, but that is like one of the number one things I can't even talk about when I do.
No way.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I was
It
planning
looks like JavaScript, the front end, just gonna say that. But you know, I don't know anything.
but planning on like pretty in-depth series about my Nike stuff, but it's seeming like I'm gonna have to keep it very general just because I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
of course. We don't
Don't
want to get you
worry.
in trouble.
Yeah.
So okay, let's do the last question. And so let's go back to one of your hardest moments in your life where you doubted yourself. Like, what would you tell yourself now?
Yeah, so I would definitely think about like me in physics with calculus, and by that time my sister was out of college. And those were some like pretty depressing nights. I would study with my friends, and I would literally get like a 20% on the test. But like everyone, like a 40% was like an A. So I would get some pretty low scores, and it was just a lot of work. And I would study with my friends, and it would seem like they were just understanding things so quickly. Or if I went to office hours, someone would pick up their test, and you know they would have aced it, and I was just like, okay, like what am I not understanding? And that's like the only time in college where I actually contemplated switching my major because I was like, this is so hard. But like I said, I got a tutor, and I would call my sister all the time when I was really sad. But I did get a bunch of private tutors because I was just like, I have to do this. And so I guess I would tell myself like maybe to hire the private tutor earlier, or also stop comparing.
Papaya tutor.
Honestly though, but like to not compare yourself to other people because you will go crazy doing that. You should only focus on yourself and your own learning journey. Like everyone's brain is so different, but that took me a really like long time to understand because I just kept comparing myself to others. So I think that's kind of where I would go back in time.
But you're a hard worker and you don't give up, so that's great, you know, and that says a lot about you. Because, you know, if it comes easy to you and you really, I don't know, like it doesn't really take you that much work to achieve it, you don't taste victory as you would taste it when you really work for it and you work for it, you know. And that's something that I think I relate to because I think I was getting like almost failing C, and then I was like, no, I have to get a tutor. I can't like I at that point I was paying for my own classes, you know, so I didn't want to like waste my money. And I don't know why all engineer students do this. Like they wait until the last minute, myself included too. So yeah, that's something that I would tell people too, like to try to get in the habit of studying, like, you know, like not even with papaya, but like just study with friends, create like better study habits. I think that more discipline will help you and will help you, you know, like maybe lower the number of stressors that you have. Because when you leave moment like things like that towards the last moment, it's like that's when you, like your hair starts falling. At least mine does.
Yeah, definitely. But also, like, I love what you said, Sonia, and I want to point out that I mean, also there are classes that you know, like if whatever major you are, you can go to different disciplines. So like you don't have to be perfect in every single class. Like right now, you're not in your internship. I mean, I don't think that you're gonna be doing like calculus, right? I mean, it's like, yeah, exactly. Like, so you didn't have to be perfect, just, you know, have general knowledge. And like, if you would have given up at that moment, you would have never done what you're doing now, which is pretty cool, right? So, I mean, I know that some classes are hard, but you just have to keep going because anyway, like, there's so many jobs that you don't have to do analysis like we did in engineering school. And sometimes you go to a job and you learn there, you know, engineering school teaches you to think like an engineer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have some experiences too. As you know, somebody's asking here just from the audience here.
Yeah.
What are some study habits you all suggest? And you know, for me personally, like I know I saw my engineering classes schedule, you know, and I wouldn't wait for me to go to school up until like 10 a.m. Like I was already at school at 8, just studying, doing homework up until at least 10 p.m. You know, because I didn't want to have like all-nighters. Like, so I know that my habit will just be at school as soon as the library opens, and then stay there till I go to sleep, and then that way I have to spend all-nighters because I did it once and that sucked.
I love
so that's my suggestion. Oh yeah,
you did it once. You did it once.
I only did it once.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, I like my sleep, and no, definitely was not gonna do all-nighters.
Wow,
and then the second tip would be to go work with a group of people. That was the one thing I would do. We would be at the library. The fourth floor on our library was the math. All the STEM people were up there, so it was easy to find help too. And then my roommate was also an engineer. We were taking similar classes, so waking up on Saturdays, make breakfast, start studying at home like nonstop. It was very efficient. So,
yeah.
Any suggestions from you guys?
Yeah, should we go round table?
Yeah,
Sonia, or
we can go with Sonia first.
Sorry, I would just say don't be afraid to reach out to people, especially if you're doing like virtual school right now. It's so easy to send like an email, and the worst thing that they could do is like not reply to you. But it's better to, you know, expand your community in college and get those friends, because you're going to take the same classes as a lot of people. Like you're going to see the same faces in like all your classes, so it's better to make friends. And also find a study technique. I'm the type of person, like I have ADHD. I will sit for 9 hours straight and just work. Like if I don't set an alarm, I will not sit or stand in between. I know some people do the Pomodoro, like 20 minutes, 5-minute break. So find your study habit that works for you. It's not going to be the same else.
Yeah, I love that you mentioned that, because I always tell people this, and also like find out like what type of learner you are, because I spend a lot of time trying to like read the book and create summaries. I don't know why, because I felt like that was like the thing to do. But I was spending so much time doing that, and I didn't retain the information. And then like I started like watching more like YouTube videos and, you know, practicing more problems. I mean, I was doing engineering, so like there's a lot of math problems. So watching videos and like doing problems was helpful to me, you know, and obviously like reading the theory, but I mean really practicing. And but yeah, like finding out like what the best way that I learned, it was awesome because I started like learning faster, and that makes you save time.
Yeah. So for me, I'll give two tips. One that I discovered while in engineering school, and one that I discovered after. And I would say that in engineering school, because I was a commuter, because I worked, so I put myself through school. I didn't have many friends. I would just go in and out, and my grades were pretty like mediocre, I would say. And it's when I formed like a family in my school and made friends and had study groups that I just started like my grades just were like A's, and I was like teaching my friends because that, you know. And like I remember we had a Lean Six Sigma, which is a like a type of professional certification for industrial engineers on quality. And you know, like we study like twice a week, you know, and consistent. And you know, like by the time that the test came around, it was easy. I remember pulling all-nighters with my friends all the time, especially for thermodynamics, where we would take turns studying 2 hours. But I think those are the times that I cherish, is having my friends and family at school. And I wish I, you know, I would have done that earlier. After engineering school, I would say that I wish I taught myself discipline earlier, because those are things that you want to build in your core system. Discipline is important. Discipline is how you respect yourself, and you tell yourself, if you're going to tell yourself you're going to do something, you're going to do it. And that's something that you should always try to build in your core system early on. It is harder to build that discipline, you know, later in life. So it's very easy to start earlier. So if you haven't started, I would start with one little thing every day. Discipline, consistency. It's going to take you farther in life.
Wow.
I really need to do that. Good words.
Oh my gosh.
We only have a couple more minutes, ladies, here. And again, I'm checking Sonia's account. She's only 20 followers away from
oh my God,
10K.
20 people.
So
please,
people follow Sonia. Let's get her to 10K right now. We only have a few more minutes.
Handle.
Everybody,
this live until
follow Sonia.
Yeah, and this is awesome because we actually are creating a blog. I forgot to mention this in Papaya, where we're gonna be like featuring, you know, pretty much have the transcript of this live that Sonia has answered. We'll post the memes, and we'll also have Sonia's like YouTube channel and everything. And Sonia is gonna be the first person in our blog, so I think that's pretty cool. So Sonia, like it is like it's your birthday month already.
Yeah.
Right?
I know, for her birthday. For her birthday. Let's get her to 10K. We need 18 more people to follow you to get you to 10K.
Oh my God, guys, we have like 30 viewers. So can you please
just add her, guys. Come on.
I also the people who questions, like if you just send me those in a DM, I will make some content, whether it's reels, a post, answering those questions so you can refer back to them. I always try and listen to like what people want to hear. I may not reply right away, but I'll let you know if I'm working on it, you know? So if you have more questions, totally DM me. And I also just want to say before we go, thank you so much to everyone, Papaya Tutor, STEMedia, Engineering Meme Sky, Lumis Automation, Fernanda, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. This has been really fun, and I can't wait to do it again.
I know. We need you. Yes, thank you for joining us. I had fun too learning about your journey. It's super inspiring. I love it, and I can't wait to see what you're gonna do next. I can't wait to buy your clothes.
I know, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm a big fan of Nike, so I'll be wearing your LEDs, so whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever you
She's gonna be
design.
the new. She's gonna be the new Kanye with the clothing.
Yes.
I'm already calling
Okay,
that
people are
out.
saying that they're already following her. Okay, thank you guys.
All
Okay,
right,
thank
everybody.
you.
Enjoy your rest of your Wednesday, and we'll be seeing you next week.
Yes.
Yes.
Bye.